Welcome to episode number 29 of The Great Reset. We are here 5 days a week talking about marketing and advertising for marketers, business owners, chief marketing officers, brand managers, and entrepreneurs. We want to help you to grow your business. And today we're talking about decision-making process for the type of creative that you should be developing. And I've seen large brands and small brands try to make a decision about the best creative to develop. And in 2020, here are my ideas on how we help our clients decide which creative to develop. We're going to focus on banners and we're going to focus on Facebook. So let's start with Facebook. Facebook, the easiest creative to develop are image ads, image-based ads. The reason it's easy is because it takes less editing to develop image ads on Facebook. You can develop them in Canva. You can use stock photos from iStock or Adobe or Getty Images. You can use stock photos from Facebook. So it's just overall much easier to take an existing asset, an image, and make it something that's suitable for an advertisement on Facebook. You can also download an existing asset and modify it in Photoshop or Canva. So it's much easier. So with Facebook, I would simply start with an image ad. Secondarily on Facebook, if you have the ability to develop additional assets, I would develop a vertical ad for Instagram stories. Why? Because Instagram stories are a really good value. They perform well and they're a completely different format. You can use an image asset in Instagram stories and Facebook stories. It'll just look a little bit different and it's going to be very apparent that it's not formatted specifically for Instagram stories. So number one, if you have to do one thing on Facebook, choose an image ad. And the reason, and I'll expand, is that an image ad is repurposed in a lot of different ways on Facebook. So it's repurposed on the newsfeed on Facebook, on Messenger. It's repurposed for the right-hand side. It's repurposed for Instagram, and it's repurposed for Instagram stories and Facebook stories. So with just that one ad, you have the ability to access the vast majority of inventory available on Facebook. Secondarily, focus in on Instagram and Facebook stories, vertical ads. So now let's move over to banner ads. Banner ads, there's a lot of different ad sizes: 300 by 250, 320 by 50, 160 by 600, 728 by 90, a variety of other ad sizes, 970 by 250, 300 by 600. So here's the thing. Depending on who you talk to or the research you see, 60 to 75% of all ad impressions, of all banner ad impressions on banners live within the 300 by 250 and the 320 by 50. The 300 by 250 exists on desktop, tablet, and mobile. The 320 by 50 is primarily served up on mobile and tablet. So really, with just these two ad sizes, you have access to 60 to 75% of all banner ad inventory. Here's why this decision-making process is so important. You can create 7 or 10 different ad sizes, but the vast majority of your ad impressions are going to run on those two, 300 by 250 and 320 by 50. So you're going to spend more time, more money, more creative effort to develop these additional ad sizes, and they're mostly not going to run in comparison to those two 300 by 250 and 320 by 50 ad sizes. And I'm taking this out of decisions that I've seen Fortune 500 companies make. I've been part of those decision-making processes. They basically say, and you think Fortune 500, right? They have lots of money, an infinite amount of money, it seems. They say, well, we don't want to spend the money paying a creative shop to develop those additional ad sizes because it's just not worth it when most of your ad impressions are going to run those two ad sizes. There is some incremental benefit because the 300 by 600 is a large ad size. The 970 by 250 is a large ad size. So if you have the money and you have the time and you have the creative bandwidth, definitely pursue those. But you can get most of your job done with the 300 by 250 and 320 by 50. The second reason why this is important is because, again, both for banners and for Facebook, is that iteration is incredibly important in finding the right ad that resonates with your audience right now. And when I say right now, I mean literally right now in this very moment, because the ads that resonated in January are going to be very different than the ads that resonated in April and May. And even without the idea of a pandemic swirling around in people's head, like there's seasonality, there's things like graduation and weather and payment schedules and a whole variety of things that make a difference in the way people react to your messages. So the ads that work one year may not work another year. The ads that work 1 month may not work in another month. So if you have the ability to rapidly and iteratively test creative executions, like on Facebook testing 5 or 10 or 100 different images, you're far more likely to make the ad campaign work, drive down the cost per sale, drive down the cost per lead, increase your click-through rate, increase your engagement rate if you have the ability to test. It's far more difficult to iteratively test 100 creative messages when you're creating them for videos and Instagram stories and a variety of different formats. So simplicity here is very important. So to recap, banner ads, 60 to 75% of banner ads are going to be run in the 300 by 250 ad size and 320 by 50. The easiest and most accessible and most scalable ad unit on Facebook is going to be an image ad. So let me know what you think. Do you use those two ad sizes? How far outside of those guidelines do you develop ad creative? All right, thank you. Have a fantastic day, everyone.